Tracking startling new allegations this morning involving Canada from India's top anti-money laundering agency. Officials there are linking dozens of Canadian colleges to alleged human smuggling of Indians into the United States. The Indian probe was launched after a tragedy along the Manitoba-U.S. border in 2022, when a family of 4 were found frozen to death while attempting to cross into the United States. Officials allege that 2 entities in India entered into agreements with 262 Canadian colleges to get people into Canada on student visas. They would then be smuggled across the border into the United States. And the Canadian colleges allegedly linked to this criminal network have not been named. But lots to unpack here, so let's dig a little deeper with Kelly Sundberg, a former Canada Border Services Agency officer and currently a professor of criminology at Mount Royal University, joining us this morning in Calgary. Thank you for being with us this morning.
Good morning, Chris. Nice to be here again.
So, Kelly, this investigation sheds light on how some individuals are using student visas and fake college admissions to facilitate illegal border crossings. What's your reaction to this method of smuggling?
I'm not surprised. This type of fraud of gaming our immigration system has been going on for quite some time, actually. It's yet another embarrassment for the federal government to have the Indian government identifying that the vast amount of their nationals who are using Canada as a conduit to get into the United States, some paying as high as $100,000 to be smuggled through Canada into the United States. But frankly, I'm not surprised. We have an honor-based system, and it's being exploited by transnational criminals and other individuals who simply are taking advantage of a system that has virtually no oversight or enforcement attached to it.
Well, and is that enforcement piece how it was able to go undetected, allegedly, for as long as it did and as wide as it did?
You know, there's a lot we've learned since 2022 after the tragic death of the Patel family just south of Manitoba. But one thing we do know is that our government does not screen temporary non-citizens very well, if at all. We see these documents that are being used. One of the games is they get a loan from one bank. They show the university that they show the visa officer that they have the money. Then the money's paid back before they get to Canada. Some of them don't even attend the university. This using fake documents to support their claim, when we don't have the personnel, the technology, and the numbers to effectively screen documents, to screen individuals when we're not using biodata, we're going to have this type of fraud, and we're going to have more tragedies such as the Patel family that died on the plains just south of Winnipeg and Emerson. So we have a major problem in our country with how our government manages our immigration program. This investigation stems from a case in 2022, and we've seen yet again a lot of talk and a lot of seeming concern, but we've seen no action. The United States has been using biometric technologies, taking photographs, using facial recognition, fingerprints, in their processing of immigrants for well over a decade now. They've all but eliminated identity fraud in their program because they tie the fingerprints, the photograph to the documents, to the people, to the applications. They have systems that are in place to check for fraud. Canada doesn't use these technologies to the degree that the United States does. I mean, we have some very, very rudimentary technologies we use, but when it comes to temporary non-citizens coming into Canada, it is by and large an honor-based system that yet again we're seeing our system being gamed by transnational criminals, and the volume is staggering. I will say I'd be absolutely astonished to find out that there's colleges or universities that are actively and knowingly engaged in this criminal enterprise. But I'm not surprised at all that we see people both in Canada, the United States, and overseas that have coordinated to take advantage of our wide open system. And the volumes, I mean, one report saying 25,000 students a year from one company alone, another company with 10,000 foreign students being coming through Canada a year. I mean, this is just unacceptable, and it's highly, highly concerning.
Okay, Kelly, well, you've been on the program a time or two raising many of these same concerns, obviously again today with these latest allegations, but thank you very much for coming on and telling us all about your concerns here.
Well, thanks for having me, and hope we see some changes soon. We need to see them for sure. We're in for a tsunami.